This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall. Well, it's technically a drive home, but we're now at home. Absolute disaster. Well, not really disaster, but we tried to do it. We was going to do it in the pub after the game, but then we met some friends that knew my dad, his granddad, so we were talking about that. So then we was going to do it on the train, but it was not the right atmosphere, so we didn't do it on the train home, surrounded by a few fans from different clubs. So I thought maybe, all right, we'll do it in the car on the way home, because thankfully the missus, Zac's mum, was driving us home, but was in the back and it was all over the place. So we didn't do it there, so now we're home. So now we're at home with Zac, where it did finish. Millwall 1.
Stoke City 0.
Stoke City 0. It was Bristol City 1-0 the other week. Today it was 1-0 to us, and it was a much needed, certainly first half performance. I thought we were far better than we had been. Norwich was a disastrous performance, and I'd had enough. To be fair, to be completely honest, I was really frustrated, disappointed after that performance. Today's first half was slightly better. It doesn't paper over all the cracks. There's no getting around it, but I certainly feel happier with a win than we do with a loss. We really appreciated your comments in the last video, so still, please put them down below. And a few people said that I need to let him talk more. I don't know what you're talking about. This is the drive home with TT. Zac somehow sometimes gets to speak if he's lucky. No, you're quite right. He does have some very good points to make. Today was, like I said, it was, if we'd have gone 1-0 down or the ref hadn't been so poor in the first half, I think the atmosphere could have changed. It didn't. It went our way. The referee gave us a few poor decisions in the first half, brought us into it, and then and the players responded really well. It started off with a change of lineup, which we needed. We still had played 5 at the back,
But we played it more attacking.
Yeah, certainly first half. So Sarkic in goal. A back 3 of the right centre back was Ryan Leonard, who was fantastic. Centre back was Hutch, and left centre back was Jake Cooper. Right wing back was Norton Cuffy, making his Millwall debut on loan from Arsenal. Left wing back was Brian. 2 centre midfielders of Mitchell and Saville. And then a front 3 of Zian Fleming and Nisbet and Bradshaw, who, you buy a striker, you got one of the best goal scorers in the league from last year, put them both up front, it can make a difference. Certainly Bradshaw's energy, I thought, made a difference.
Same with Nisbet's energy, to be fair.
Yeah, first 10 minutes, I thought we actually were on the back foot. I thought Stoke City started the game well, created a fantastic chance, went down the left of our box, cut it back, and it was a really good block. I think it was by Cooper, who come across and blocked it.
It was either Hutch or Cooper.
Yeah, I felt they should have scored, and I think it bounced to one of the other Stoke players at the far post, and he missed it as well. It was a great chance from Stoke, and that could have put them 1-0 up. And like I said, if that would have happened,
they should have tapped it in.
The atmosphere at the Den would have completely changed, but they didn't. We then kind of grew into the game, creating. To be fair, we was creating far more than we did against Norwich, which you'd expect. Norwich are a good side, but I felt like that we played more offensively. We tried to get the ball down a little bit more than we have done recently.
We were playing properly.
Yeah, however, saying that, the best chance that we created, the first chance we created was from a corner. The ball to the far post, and Jake Cooper, after he recently signed a contract, and anyone on social media that saw what Jake Cooper wrote, whether it was him or not that wrote the statement that he wrote, it was great to see. He's rose up and headed the ball, and it's a fantastic save by the Stoke goalkeeper to keep it at 0-0 at that stage.
Well, Travers kept him in the game in the first half.
Was it Travers in goal for them?
Yeah, it was Travers.
Okay, so
and he kept him in the game. There was 3 or 4 saves from Fleming free kicks and Saville free kicks that just should have.
Yes.
They should have went past him.
Free kick finally beat the wall.
Yeah, I know, twice.
But didn't beat the goalkeeper. Yeah, but to be fair, I thought he put it...
Yeah, he did put it down the middle, but Travers made some good saves to keep him in the game in the first half.
He did, but then we made it 1-0. A long throw-in from Ryan Leonard.
Bounced backwards.
Much better than Zian Fleming taking the throw-in. Ryan Leonard takes the throw-in. It kind of
bounces back.
Yeah, bounces back and then
Nisbet
falls
takes
to
it down.
Nesbitt. It's a really good, it's a
Yeah.
really good touch from Nesbitt, just to give him some
room.
breathing room, and then Teddy Sheringham-esque places it into the bottom right hand corner. He doesn't snatch it in. That's something that I would say about Nesbitt, that he looks to place his finishes, which was, it's good to see. Put it into the bottom right hand corner and put us 1-0 up, and then erupted. It was, I think, more relief than anything else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we absolutely needed it.
I went mental.
It was a game where all four. Yeah, you did. There's a couple of good pictures online. I'm Millwall TT on Twitter or whatever it. Well, what, I don't even know what it bloody X or whatever it's called now. But there's a good picture of Zac celebrating as a ball boy with the players coming at him, and you do lose it. Yeah, quite rightly. But it was a good moment. Like I said, it was a game of the Four Seasons. We had torrential downpour. It got. I think I probably got sunburnt at some stage.
Thunder and
lightning. It was a game of all weathers, and it kind of felt like that in terms of how you're watching side to side, and the game swung from one way to the other, and it was like the changing of the weather. We did create another good chance in the first half. At Ryan Leonard, who he can hit a banger. He's hit it from about 25 to 30 yards out, and Bradshaw nearly got on the end of it to tap to. The shot was going wide.
Was a shot or not?
No, it was definitely a shot from where behind it he tried to shoot, and Bradshaw tried to get on the end of it, but he didn't. But anyway, like I said, the ref helped us get into that game. He gave it. I think probably Stoke will say that he wasn't great for them in the second half. In the first half, he was atrocious for us, and that just put this way, got me mental. I started shouting at him like I normally do. I apologise for the people that sit around me, but some really baffling decisions that went against us, and that brought the crowd into it. And
also, when the player rolled off the pitch.
That was right in front of me. That was really.
That was so irritating.
He didn't roll off the pitch. He was tackled, then was off the pitch. Yeah.
And then
the ref stopped
back on it.
Yeah, the ref stopped it, and no, he didn't roll back on it. He stayed off the pitch, and
it's just.
He called the physio over to treat him off the pitch. It made no sense,
but he'd stopped the game.
Yeah,
it's fine if he calls the physio over when he's off the pitch and he carries on with the game, but he just stopped the game for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. It was, like I said, some baffling decision from the referee today. I think that we got the band of it in the first half. Probably maybe the rub of the green in the second half. The second half was all Stoke City. Absolutely no doubt about it. We hung on for dear life. They should have scored a number of times, and that's why you'll hear many people saying about people talking about Gary Rowett out. It takes a lot for me to make the decision that I made last weekend, where I think now we need a change. Today's certainly not made any difference to me whatsoever. Yeah. It's great winning, and I feel fantastic that we have won. Yeah. But we did it by the absolute skin of our teeth, and this is where
they should have scored.
There were, I did read somewhere about him losing a dressing room. You could see today he's not lost the dressing room, and I didn't think for a second it was that. It's just pure tactics and the way we play football under him, which is why I'm now wanting a change. However, we did what a good Gary Rowett team does, and we defended deep. We intercepted when we needed to intercept.
We got beat a couple of times down the wing though, which was very
and there was some great chances created by Stoke. There was one maybe about
like a good team.
They are a good side. I think they'll be up there. Considering what they've been through recently, I think they'll challenge to. I certainly think they'll be. I think they'll be like us last year, in and around the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely be in the top half of the table.
Top half of the table, but I think they'll probably be in and around the playoffs. But there was a ball in from the right. The Stoke player, it's come across the box. I think it was a couple of passes, and it was a really good layoff. And he just has to try and keep it low and hit the target. And somehow he kind of loops it over the bar. He's definitely got to make that 1-1 at that stage.
There was a 1-on-1 where he hit over the bar as well.
That was the one I was thinking of.
Yeah,
where
was shocking.
Yeah, that really was a poor miss.
I thought they were going to score nearly guaranteed.
Yeah, they've had another chance. Like I said, they had 2 or 3 chances, and then Sarkic makes a great. It gets to injury time, and Sarkic has made an absolutely fantastic save. The ball again. I don't know how many times, considering we're so good defensively, the amount of times we get caught by short short corners or set plays is unacceptable, and it's something that I'd be drilling into my team not to allow this to happen. You know, Gary Rowett's an experienced manager. We get caught by short corners so often, or set plays. The ball's come to short. He's played it to the edge of the box. The player is, like I said, it's the 92nd minute. He's got the freedom of the den, and he's tried to curl it into the top right hand corner. And to be fair, Sarkic has made a really good save. A little bit dodgy most of the time, but he's made a really good. He tries to punch the ball a lot of the time. He doesn't try and catch it, does he?
No, I like and don't like ways that Sarkic play. I think in terms of our ex-keeper George Long's never making that save.
Yeah, that's the thing. I have seen that. I don't think he's making that save, but he's made a good save. He's pushed that away, and Stoke still managed to have another chance after it. In terms of the ball's bumbling around the box, falls to the Stoke player. Who? Do you want to talk us through it?
So it's a more of a blur because I was so nervous, but the ball's just come across and I think it's bobbled. Off the Stokes player, I think he's tried to shoot, but it's bobbled and it's hit the post, and their player should finish it up, but he misses the ball, and then we have to clear our lines, and we did.
I think the ball's going towards goal, and a Stoke player actually cleared it from where the angle that I was at. It looked like it was going in.
No, it definitely hit the post.
No, I don't know whether it's in the same period of play, but it looked like it was going in. It hit a Stoke. It was just an absolute calamity.
It was
a moment where
how they did score.
Yeah, they should have scored and made it 1-1, and then everyone it completely changes. That's why I don't think we're getting away from the game completely. Let's talk about the positives. Who was your man of the match?
It's so tricky today. I've got 3 in contention for it. It's Nisbet because of his hard work and his goal. Cooper because he made a superb tackle that we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah, that
they
tackle.
Were through on goal, and Cooper, Ryan Leonard-esque, just comes from nowhere and completely gets the ball. Fantastic challenge. And my other thing's Ryan Leonard, because when he plays at centre back, he scares the opponent. Because he's so good at tackling and he brings that pace into the defence. But I think today, I have to give it to Ryan Leonard because of how well he played in defence. He come back to that position and he did very well there.
I agree. I was going to give it to Ryan Leonard. So for all the reasons you've just said, but now because you said that you're going to give it to Ryan Leonard, I'm going to give it to Jake Cooper because of that tackle that. I'd remembered and that forgotten, and then you remembered. That was a fantastic tackle to keep us to keep the Stoke player from getting through on goal. It was a fantastic block, but I think he led from the front. I think that he dominated well. I thought Hutch done really well as well. All the 3 centre backs today, worth their weight in gold. I've not convinced you to go to Birmingham next week, and so I think Gary Rowett put out a bit of a prick comment after the game saying, well, you pay your money, you take your choice. Well, at the moment we're not going to Birmingham, so we haven't paid our money, and our choice might be not to go to Birmingham because of the way we play football. So there's a bit more to it. We've got our first training session with the Lions. It's a 12:30 kickoff, but we'd normally go to that game, and we're not convinced.
It's very early as well.
We're not convinced about going to it. So Gary Rowett, you might talk about pay your money and take your choice. Well, we might not pay our money and take our choice, and that frustrates me because I want to go home and away and to support the boys. I don't care about winning and losing. It's just the way we play football. But anyway, we'll see how we feel during the week.
Yeah.
It's great to have a win. It's great to have 3 points, and we really appreciate your comments. We really appreciate the likes. And if you're here still, it's been quite a long video, but there's quite a lot to talk about. We appreciate that as well. So anything else you want to say?
We finally watched a win.
Yeah, at the Den.
The Den.
We don't win too many at the Den.
No.
Not recently. So we'll take 3 points against a very good Stoke side, who I think will be up there at the end of the season. So there's only one way we can end it. Thank you very much for watching the Millwall drive home, even though we're sitting in our living room. No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yeah.